Hello and welcome to another episode of Mac Minute. In this episode, we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and together we're going to take a look inside your Mac. Here's a MacBook Pro that I'm actually going to be replacing the screen on. As you can see, it suffered a drop. It's got some cracked glass there, so we want to make sure we take care of this. So I figured as I'm replacing it, I might as well go over some of the components and what they do together with you guys, so you can get a peek at what goes on inside the MacBook Pro while you're using it. One thing I want to take a moment to point out, this gap right along here is actually the vent for the fan. The MacBook Pro will push all of its hot air right out of this vent. So it's important to make sure that you're using your computer on a hard surface. If you're somewhere soft, like on a bed, and I take this cloth here and I cover it up, it kind of completely covers the gap, makes it hard for heat to circulate, as opposed to if you're on a flat surface, that allows the gap a little bit of room to let the hot air come out. So something to keep in mind if you notice that your computer runs a little bit hot. I've got screws that have to come out all along the edges here, which I've already taken out. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my ESD bracelet, my electric static discharge bracelet. That picture right there is actually a picture of a component that's been damaged from static electricity. So it's important to make sure you have this on. I'm going to go ahead and open this up here. And as you can see, some dust can build up. So it's good to make sure that you have that fan vent blocked. Try to keep your computer running as coolly as possible. We're going to disconnect the battery here before we start to touch any components. And let me grab my nylon probe tool so I can point out some of these components and their function to you, just so you can get a peek at what it looks like inside. Up first, we have the optical drive. It's what we use to play all of our CDs and burn different types of media. We're all pretty familiar with that. Over here on this side, right, we got the fan. MacBook Pro only has one fan, so going back, it's important to make sure that it's kept unblocked. Here's the logic board. The logic board is one of the main components of the computer. It controls power and video. Next, we have the RAM, or memory, kind of the computer's adrenaline, gives it the power to use applications. We have the battery, of course, that allows you to use your computer for hours at a time. Probably most importantly, we have the hard drive, which is what stores all of your information. It's why it's so important to make sure that you're constantly saving and backing things up. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, send us an email at tech@sch.org.